we're gonna get started. Welcome everyone to the stream. Appreciate you being here. More centered. All right, so welcome everyone to a late night stream. And I'm going to be jailbreaking a customer's PS Vita that was sent to me. Thank you so much. Juan Cruz, thank you so much for sending me your PS Vita. So I have, oops, gotta be careful. I'm going to open this baby up. All right, so here in the box we have our PS Vita. Now we have to do a better job into making sure that everything is packed well. This is not a good way to pack. You can grab some newspaper to throw it in there, even like a cereal box or something, crush it up into little pieces, and that way the Vita can, or your product can, stay sitting somewhere where it's not going to get damaged. Now at least it has the soft cover or whatever, but hey, thanks everyone for stopping by on the stream. Appreciate it. Congratulations on your 50K. I'm super proud of you. Thank you so much, Big Sore. And we have a 512 gigabyte card, SanDisk, perfect. And I have here the PS Vita adapter. So we're going to get that all straightened out today, and hopefully we get it done today. I'm sure I will be working on it tomorrow. I'm hoping this thing has some charge to it. I hope to God it has something. All right, so there is that beautiful PS Vita there. That's a beautiful PS Vita right there. See that? And I'm going to get a stand so that way this one will work for the meantime. That works. Let me know, guys, if the music is too loud, or maybe I can change some things to improve the stream. All right, so let's first check out a couple things here. Lower the music a little bit. I'm streaming off of TikTok. Hey, thanks, Ty. Your videos helped me with my PSP 1000. You're welcome. Thank you so much. Can I send you mine as well? What state you in? Yeah, I'm in a state in Minnesota. If you are interested, I do offer my services to everyone. Let me just what's going on here. Give me 1 second. Yeah, this customer paid that price for that, which is awesome. And what I'm gonna do is add all sorts of things to it. They want most of the ports, all the apps and things like that. Oh, damn it. Copy share link. I'll drop it in there so you guys can look at that link. That's what I charge for my time. And to get everything all set up for you. And that's what I'm going to do right now. All right, so we're going to take a look at what the system software is on. So this is I'm sure this is a Japanese version. So this is a PS Vita 2000, which is going to make things a lot easier because of micro SD and also having the internal storage. And to confirm, there is no Vita card on there. Everything looks to be intact. And this is a beautiful PS Vita, by the way. Look at that. It's the black and blue version. Beautiful color. Damn, that's a nice color. I wish I could add this to my collection. This looks so nice. Very impressed on that colorway. So this system is sitting at a 3.74 version. And I'm going to connect it to my Wi-Fi here real quick. There we go. Apologize if my hand is in the way a lot. I'll try to do this. Internet connection test. What happened? Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Okay, so PlayStation Network sign-in has failed, which is fine. I don't think we really need that. I will begin the process now to jailbreak this guy. And I'll get this card ready to go. And I'll probably stop streaming off of TikTok if I don't get any viewers. But please guys, make sure to follow me on TikTok. I'm trying to grow my profile there a little bit, so you guys can follow me there. That would be awesome. There it is. There's my TikTok link. Appreciate it. So throw that away. And here is the 512 card. And all I ask is if you guys send me your SD card. I don't provide any, but I will provide the micro SD adapter kit. Or adapter, yeah, not kit, it's just an adapter. And I recommend, as far as like a SD card goes, that it is indeed a 512, or SD card goes is a SanDisk or a Samsung. I will not do anything other than those two brands, because those cheaper brands tend to not do so great. Trying to get this out of here, this plastic. There we go. So you'll have your adapter back. And I'll get this guy going. Actually, I have to format it. Has any of your videos been taken down? Not really, no. There was a lot of controversial stuff, but it wasn't too extravagant to get my my thing taken down, so not a big deal. Before we proceed with that, what's your favorite video you made so far and why? Big Sora asks. There is, I would have to say my PS Vita jailbreak video that I did, my new one that I did. It got a lot of great comments, a lot of fun stuff I did on that video, and it was great. I felt like that was like the beginning of me improving on my content. So there's just a couple things I have to do before we proceed with this. Let's see here. Those DBZ boards are sick. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Very expensive. I don't know if that's gonna cause issues on this camera. I'm just preparing the SD card right now, going back on my notes. When did you get your PS Vita? So this PS Vita is not mine. This is for a customer that sent it to me, so that way I can set it up the way they want it, specifically the way that I have it. So I'm going to get it all set up the way that I have my PS Vita, and just get it all set. We're going to be installing the 512 gigabyte micro SD card, and also setting up plugins and things like that, and all the amazing apps that comes with PS Vita. I'm not getting any viewers on TikTok, so I'm probably going to stop that. I don't know. I'm not seeing a whole lot here on TikTok. Yeah, I'll probably have to edit this. All right, so I got this card ready to go. Looks good on my end. I will be right back, guys. I have to go use the bathroom before I proceed, so I'm just gonna be a few minutes. In the meantime, you can take a look at my Steam Deck. Things set up pretty sick so far, for the most part, I would say. All right, I'm back. Damn it, back and ready to go. Let's do it. Have you looked into modding your Nintendo Switch? Yes, I have. I think I'm going to have someone mod it. I'm gonna send it in so someone can actually perform the work on it. Because I'm not so great with micro soldering. It takes a lot of skill to do that, and I don't have the patience for that. Unfortunately, I will probably lose my mind trying to. Yeah, it wouldn't look so good, honestly. But what the hell am I doing here? All right, so we're going to go through the process of Henlo, which is by far the easiest way to jailbreak your PS Vita. I have a full guide on how to do that if you guys are interested, and I will link you guys that video in the comment section down below. So let me. Oh, here it is. I always get so lost in here. If I missed one of your questions, if you can comment again, and I will be happy to answer your question. All right, so here we are. Henlo. And the way that this works is you follow this link on your web browser and you hit the unlocked my Vita. And this will work for any version of 3.65 all the way to 3.64 or 3.65 to 3.74. Sorry, it's been a long day. You're about to launch the Henlo jailbreak. After the process is complete, the web browser will close automatically and launch the Henlo jailbreak bootstrap. All right, so let's hit the unlock. And there it goes, the process. So let's zoom in a little bit. So now we're going to install Henkaku. We're also going to install Vita deploy. Replace near with Vita deploy. We don't have to do that. There's going to be several options for this, and I think I'll have to move my camera. Do you guys like this setup of my camera? This one here, like this. I don't know if it's a good setup, to be honest. I just kind of threw this all together in a matter of minutes just to get something going. I most definitely understand that, Twin. I know with mines I gave the V1 unpatched and I didn't need the mod chip at all, which saves you some time. Best console that's taking over right now in your opinion? I don't know. I don't own a lot of consoles and I would be pretty biased on what I have. Like, I have a Steam Deck. I love it so much, but I'd like to get a ROG Ally so I can compare the two and see, because those are, I believe, the two main handhelds right now that are competing with each other. And also there are some other companies that are bringing out some very strong competitors to the scene when it comes to the powerful handhelds. Anyways, going back to the bootstrap here. Now we got a couple of options. We have the option to install Henkaku. We have an option to install Vita deploy, replace near with Vita deploy, reset tie-hen config.txt. So we don't really need to replace near with Vita deploy. This basically deletes the near app, which is kind of useless right now. As far as the Vita goes, like, nobody really uses that app. It's kind of nostalgic, but it's dumb. No one uses that app. So on a PS Vita 1000, which doesn't have internal memory, sort of, it deletes those. It deletes the default application to give it some space, so that way you can use that storage to install all of these apps, which makes it so convenient. So it doesn't matter if you don't have a memory card to start with, you can always use the Henlo Bootstrap to go through the process and without a memory card and get everything set up. And you don't have to buy the proprietary memory card, which are very expensive. Like, it's just, you're already investing in a PS Vita, and that's actually a lot already, right? So we're going to install Vita Deploy. So now it's downloading Vita Deploy, extracting VPK, promoting app, and it says all done. I'm not trying to do it myself, honestly. Expert, I'll send you mine too. I need you to fix my Vita and clone it to yours. Okay, yeah, absolutely. You can go through the Etsy app or Etsy store and check out my options there. And now we're going to install Hinkaku. So that was pretty easy. That was very quick. Very nice. I'm always making sure that I take a look at my notes here, making sure that I am doing everything correctly. All right. So now we should go to settings, and we should have an option for Hinkaku, which is right there. It's pretty awesome. Let's go into here, and we can now have the enable PSN spoofing, enable unsafe homebrew, and that was that simple. And we already jailbroken the PS Vita, sort of. But yeah, we'll have to enable the unsafe homebrew. And I'm going to change the button behavior to... I'm going to change the button behavior on this. The button behavior is what changes the X and O. They swap it out because Japanese versions, the X is to cancel and the circle's to enter. And I'm not a big fan of that. So I'm going to just make it default for this customer, so that way it's not a pain to like deal with that. And that way they're not asking questions as to like, hey, why is it acting like this or something like that. So we'll just change it. We'll change the behavior of the circle button to cancel. So let's go here. And now it's cancel. So if we press that, we should be good to go. All right, perfect. Very nice. So far I have every Sony console except the PS1 and PS1. My PS2 is modded and custom painted. Nice. I'd love to see that. You know what, Twin? I'll send you my ROG Ally to review if you want to do. You can compare them. Just send me your address and you can send it back when you're done with it if you would like. Yeah, that'd be awesome, Big Sore. If you could do that, that would be sick, and I would be happy to feature it on one of my videos or upcoming videos, and maybe possibly buy it from you. I'm just kidding. All right, so now we're going to install Enso. And this is the complete custom firmware for the PS Vita. So we just did half of the jailbreak, but we already have the enable unsafe homebrew, which is nice. So now we're going to open up Vita deploy. There it is right there. And this is an all-in-one application. It has all sorts of fun stuff on here. And what we want to do is install a different OS, and we can also download apps. There's a bunch of apps that we can download through this, which is very convenient. So let's install different OS. Oops. Okay. So here's our options under install a different OS. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me see if I can lower the brightness on that. There we go. Custom install, PlayStation update package, miscellaneous, clean the update partition. So let's quick 3.65 install. So now instead downloading the updater. Do you have a Discord? I need help getting Dreamcast. In your last video you said you was going to put it in the description, but you didn't. Oh, I'm so sorry. Which video was that, so I can fix that right now? Actually, I'm so sorry about that. I tend to forget to add my links. I am very short on time, and I tend to do that a lot. And when I get the comment of like, hey, you forgot the link, I'm literally sitting in the middle of work or in the middle of a meeting while that notification comes through, and I keep forgetting to update those links when I come home late from work. So work really interferes with all of that a lot. But yeah, let me know which video that is, and I can update that description for you right now. All right, so we're going to just wait for the components to download, then press X to confirm. There's also a really awesome guide that I'm following too. I always look at my notes, and I almost always go with the Vita's Hacks guide, which is such an amazing guide. I'll send this and show it in the chat here. I almost always go through this guide because I tend to forget a couple things, and this guide always helps me to make sure that I maintain course always. Even though I've been doing this for years now, I always go back and make sure that I follow every step, and it helps me a lot. So I am no expert. I try to do my best, but I am very anal about the way I do things and how to set things up. So I'm the perfect person for you to send me your Vita, because I will make sure that I take good care of it and put it the way you want it, and also give it my little taste to it too when it comes to like custom themes and stuff like that. You should make a Discord though. I don't have one. I used to have one, but I just don't have time to really manage it. It gets very difficult. And when I had one, people were complaining because I wasn't responding on there as much. So I don't know. I need like a damn manager or something for this channel. Or somebody, some mods. I don't know. It's pretty crazy. So if you just joined the stream right now, we're going through the process of getting Enso installed, the 3.65, on this beautiful PS Vita 2000 Slim. This is a beautiful console here. Let me double check which version this is. Blue and black. This is such an awesome color. Because I've seen like the blue one with the black buttons, but I have never seen a black face with the blue buttons. I've always seen the blue face with the black buttons. But yeah, it's a very interesting color, and I wish I could add it to my collection. All right, so it's kind of doing its thing here. Oh, fell asleep on me. Okay, so now the options that we have here is what it will do now. It will scan, kind of do like a scan on your console, and it will tell you what the factory firmware is. So that is the base firmware that it comes pre-installed when shipped out of the factory. This one is at 3.50. The current firmware we have is 3.74. So if you're looking to jailbreak your PS Vita at the current firmware, you are able to do that. You don't have to do the whole downgrading process, which is so time consuming in my opinion, and this makes it so much easier. Current firmware is 3.74, and it says, do you want to downgrade from firmware 3.74 to firmware 3.65? The reason why we want to downgrade to 3.65 is that way we can install several homebrew apps that require you to be at that firmware, and it's best to be at that firmware just so you have access to more homebrews, and that way you don't miss out on anything fun. Let's see here. So let's press X to confirm, or press R to exit. So I'll show you guys what that says there. So we're going to press X. Software will make a permanent modification. Continue in 20 seconds. What does it say? Let's see. If anything goes wrong, there's no recovery, not even with a hardware flasher. The creators provide this tool as is without warranty of any kind, express or implied, and cannot be held liable for any damage done. Press X to accept these terms and start the installation. So you will have to wait those 20 seconds for the next options to show up, just so that you do have time to read that and make sure you're aware of all that. So let's press X to accept, and now it's going to start doing its thing here. It's going to do a system update. I messaged you Instagram, you never replied. Oh, I'm sorry. You should make a Discord. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me double check. I try to answer as many people as I can, but I get so many messages and so much spam. It's ridiculous. Why don't you send me another message, and that way I can respond to you? Do you know how to do free PS Vita storage? I'm not sure what you mean by that. You got a favorite anime? I would have to say it's a tough one. Like I started Evangelion last year, and I have yet to finish it because I'm just so damn busy. Gosh. Let me go. Yeah, like a lot of times, you know, my search just doesn't look so good. But I was really into like Attack on Titan. gosh, I love that one. I don't watch a lot of anime. I try to, but it's just so hard to get into it. I feel like because I'm just so damn busy. But I started up Gundam. Finally, like I'm starting from the very first season of it. Going through the episodes slowly but surely. Like every weekend, I try to watch an episode or two or something like that. But it's just so hard with school now, with work, and then trying to keep up with like YouTube videos. It is very difficult to maintain. Of course, guys. Oops. Let's see where we're at here. All right, so we are updated to perfect. So installed. All right, perfect. So I'm going to be very careful not to share too much information on this. We are now sitting at 3.65, fully jailbroken. That's awesome. And we did change the system behavior, so now circle is cancel. Perfect. Our spoof version, we're going to change this. Actually, let me go back here. Our spoof version was at 3.73. And the reason why we want to have it at 3.74 is that way the system knows that you kind of cheat it, telling the system and the network that it is on firmware 3.74, and that way you won't get the update message, or it automatically updates you to 3.74, which could happen. So you want to make sure that spoof version is 3.74. And we're all set. Now we're going to go back to Vita deploy because we have to install several applications. We're going to go to the app downloader. Right here. Could you please do a video on the Simpsons hit and run port? I'm having trouble getting the game to run. Absolutely, I will do that update here soon. And AOT is definitely great. Ending was top tier for sure. Yep, it was. Just sent a message. Can you customize my Vita also? Yeah, I can. But not for free though. Not for free. Alright. So when you go into the app downloader, we have options to download Vita Shell, which is very critical and a must-have. Like you have to have this app installed. We also have Vita DB Downloader, which is like our main homebrew downloading application. ITLS installer, this is extremely important. We have to actually download this right now to move on to the next step. We have Yamped, which is the storage manager for our SD card. So we're going to do the SD2 Vita setup through here. Adrenaline, PKGJ. Let's see, Save Manager, Custom Themes Manager, Battery Fixer, Registry Editor, and PSV Ident. So that just shows you the information of your PS Vita. So this might take some time because I'm going to download everything. Let's see here, Yamped, Adrenaline, PKGJ. Actually, I don't want to do that. I don't want to get his internal memory all screwed up. So we're only going to focus on Vita Shell, the Vita DB downloader, just in case, so it stays permanent on the, not permanent, but it stays on the internal storage. ITLS installer, Actually, you know what? We're going to not install Vita DB. Let's just do yamped Vita shell and ITLS installer. Oh yeah, absolutely. Just go through the Etsy store from there, and then I will send you directions on what to do next, and then you'll send it to me just like this. And if you are welcome to, if you're cool with me streaming it like this, then we can certainly do that. Otherwise, I can just work on it privately and just get it all done for you, no problem. But most of what I do here is going to be somewhat private. I'm not going to really show you what I add to. Well, I will towards the end, but I'm not going to show you how I do it. For the most part, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't think that makes sense. Anyways. Alright, let's go and download these apps. You can now exit the app. So now we have downloaded everything we needed. To exit, we have to press the PS button or the home button. Awesome. So now we're going to install the ITLS Enso app. So there's the app right here. Start that baby. All right. Press X on to install the full ITLS package. If you're not on H-Encore Enso, just install the Compact Module web browser instead. So yeah, we'll do the full package here. Done rebooting in 5 seconds. The original of the newer remakes? I'm not sure what you mean. I can't send anymore. It says I have to wait till you accept it. Oh yeah, there it is. Got your message. All right, here we go. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is disable the auto update feature on this Vita. And how you can find that is going to System and going to the Auto Start settings. And this is download update file for system software and refresh live area screen. So we're just going to disable that option there. And we're good to go. Just in case Sony wants to act funny and send or push a new update to the PS Vita. I don't know why they would do that, but they have done that a lot. They have done that a lot with the PS3. They pushed updates through there like crazy, so just want to be careful. And the PS4. So yeah, there's that. All right. So we already did the PSN spoofing. We already enabled the version spoofing. So we are good to go there. All right, cool. Now we're going to move on to the SD card process. Yep, I will message you as soon as I can, Ian. As soon as I'm done here, we will talk. Get this set up. So here is the micro SD adapter I have for Mr. Cruz here. This is the Pro version, whatever that means. There's so many of them out there, but any of them would work fine. Not a problem. We're going to go back into Vita deploy. Oh man, I don't know why this thing started playing some other music. All those bastards are gonna want to get some revenue share off my videos. That's why I use the same type of video on my streams, because this is no copyright music. I don't even know if you can hear the music, but whatever. So now we're going to go into Vita deploy again. And this app is just going to help you out immensely. And we're going to go under miscellaneous. And we're going to format our storage device. How cool is that? So this is all-in-one program that jailbreaks your system, installs Enso, installs all sorts of apps, and formats your storage device to what it needs to be for the PS Vita. Now there is some cluster sizes when it comes to formatting it on your PC. I know for the most part the default is like 32K cluster size, and for larger cards it's 64. But because there's a lot of problems that comes with your SD card. Like if you start installing too many apps and stuff and you delete them, you tend to lose space. It's like a weird thing that I've experienced myself, and I actually covered it on a video where this is how you should format your SD card to the proper cluster size, so that way you don't lose out on space, because you will have that problem if you don't format your SD card before you start doing all that hard work of installing themes, games, ports, and just all sorts of ROMs and fun stuff. And then you'll have to copy it over to your computer, reformat your card, and then copy everything over again. So you lose time if you don't set up your SD card properly. But this is going to help, and we want to just ensure that everything is all set up. So let's do the format storage, and we're going to target the SD2 Vita. It's already in there, and the file system is going to be the TEXFAT. We're going to format the storage, target storage. So let's do that here. And the way we know it's working, you'll see that orange light glow on your PS Vita. It's like going crazy. So now it says it's been formatted. And this is a cool trick, guys. Like if you're having problems with your SD2 Vita, or if like your Vita is not reading your SD card for some reason, or you think you have a faulty SD card or something's going on, anytime I reboot my system and I want to see if the Vita actually reads the SD card but it's not really showing up on the live area, you can always check and see if this light is blinking. Like as soon as you turn it on or reboot it, and if this doesn't blink, that means that your system is not reading the SD2 Vita card. Typically when you restart your console, you'll have this little light, this orange light, start blinking, and that just tells you that the system is reading your SD card. So let me grab my PS Vita. And I'm going to reset this guy. See if I can. don't have that plugin set up. So here's my PS Vita 1000. I'm going to turn it on. You see that orange blinking light there? Oh, it's letting me know that, yep, it's reading everything off the SD card. It's pretty awesome. It's just a little trick. I don't know. Might not be such a big deal, but where can I get a different button and cases? There's a lot of options out there. There's Etsy, there's eBay, there's Amazon, but they are hard to come by. You can go on Alibaba as well. All right, so cool. We are good to go. So now we're just going to reboot this guy. All right, now we're going to move on to Yamped, which is not oh, here it is. Sorry, thought I didn't install it. This application right here. Right there. And we're going to install the light version. Now it's going to reboot. This is our storage manager for the SD card. Bugging me. Okay, going into settings, we will have an option under our devices. Then storage devices. Now we have the Yamped setup for our storage. Why my PSP 3000 home button is not working? Probably it's damaged. If all the other buttons are working, then you probably might want to replace that ribbon cable. It's very easy to replace and purchase off of eBay. You just have to take your faceplate off, replace that ribbon, and you should be good to go. Okay, so we're going to change the UXO to, or actually there's nothing really much we have to do here. I'm going to move this camera because this setup drives me nuts. So now the UXO default and UMAO as the SD to Vita. Hold the power button and select power off is what it's telling me to do. Whatever. I'm going to check the system here real quick. See where we're at. So yeah, we will have to power this baby off. now what we're going to do is go into Vita shell. I guess I don't really have to explain. I'm just gonna do what I need to do, right? Let's see what's the best way to do this. Let's see here. Forgot to enable the yamped. I got my Vita back in 2020, I would say. Or 2019, yeah, 2020. Beginning of 2020. Actually, in the meantime, I'm going to scrap some stuff off my Steam Deck. So we do have the SD card read there, 478 or 476 gigabytes of space. All right, let's see here. What phone do you currently use? I use a very cheap Motorola phone for my personal use, but as far as like recording and stuff for TikTok, shorts, and making videos here on YouTube, I use a Samsung S21. All right, let's double check to see if it did do all that. All right, so we are successful on our SD card. So what I did was I moved everything over to UXO, or made it seem everything's on UXO, and now the card is reading 412 gigabytes there. Pretty hard to see, but we're good to go. Now I'm going to go on Vita deploy and start doing the fun stuff. So now I'm going to download all sorts of apps to the SD card. Link for the shell casing. Let's see. For hey, it's Adrix, Big Sore, Phasia Acidic, Jesse, Ty, Mr. Cruz. Hey, Mr. Cruz is here. 141. Hey, how you doing? Welcome. My Vita looks good in the live stream. Yes, sir. Thank you for providing this console for me. Definitely jealous of your Vita, Mr. Cruz. Yeah, it's a beautiful Vita, man. I love this color. I've been saying that all stream. I was very surprised in this colorway. Like, I almost want to buy it from you. It is such a clean Vita. All right, so now we have all of these apps installed. Now I have to make sure that I download a couple of things that I need to in order for everything to work the way it should. I actually can't use that just yet. We're gonna go to VitaDB downloader. Actually, let me double check something real quick. Making sure everything is downloaded on the UXO, that's right. So yep, we have VitaDB downloaded on there. We have PKGJ and the custom themes manager on the SD card. As far as your internal storage goes, your internal storage only has 26.34 megabytes out of the 1 gig. I would recommend not to use your internal storage for anything because you have plenty of storage on your SD card. The one thing I do ask though, and I might have to just do it on my end, I will try to give you a backup of everything and just send you a USB drive. I think I'm gonna have to buy one for you. And I should provide that with what I do as far as this service goes. But I mean, they're kind of expensive. But what you can do if you have the space on your computer is to back up everything off of the SD card. So what you can do is when you connect it to your computer via USB connection, all you want to do is just grab everything. What you want to do is just grab all of your folders, copy them over to wherever you have space on your computer. So that way you have a backup of everything that you worked on or anything that I download on here. And if your SD card does get corrupt or something happens, you press the wrong button on some app, you can always go back to and revert or just copy those files over and just format your SD card. But yeah, now I'm gonna do some fun stuff here. We're gonna go through VitaDB, get you some awesome stuff here. Oh, and this is great. This is what I love about VitaDB downloader, is that if you don't have specific things that's needed, for example, the runtime shader compiler, it will automatically install it for you along with the PSM runtime. Look at that. So it's going to download, since your PS Vita doesn't have version 1.0 or 2.01 or 2.02, I believe is the next one. It will completely get it all installed for you. It is such an awesome process what Renegade Amante has done. There's only 2 packages here, which is fine. I don't think we need all 3. But yeah, this is very critical, and like some people get so confused on this part with the PSM runtime and how it's required for almost every single port that you install. You have to have this, otherwise it is not going to work. And then it's going to download Shark Food, and then it's going to run Shark Food, and then it's going to install the file that we need. It's such an awesome process, you can see here. Look at that. It does it automatically. It's so insane how well it works now. God. If an update plugin is required, you want to install it? Yes. So now it's going to get VitaDB downloader all set up here. This is going to take the most time. It's just getting everything aligned, all set up. And I'll make sure that everything works accordingly. And I will get some ports over to your console as well. So that would be a lot of fun. Yeah, it's going to be extracting over 1,000 files here, which is going to take too much time. But yeah, thank you so much for being the first customer of that new Etsy. I really do appreciate it. I'll make sure that everything is perfect, set up the way you want it, and that way there's no issues that you come across. And we can get on Discord if you'd like, so we can just kind of talk about what you want to look for. Or if you have any questions, like I will always be available for you through Discord if you have any questions regarding your console, and I'll make sure to make some time for you. So link for the shelf case, nah, it's for the Vita is beautiful. Love your channel, I'm sub. Thanks, man, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Try to do my best with my content here and just have some fun. Is the audio okay? I know I have like my system's kind of running slow here. I'm looking for a manufacturer to I'll show you guys something really cool. I don't know if anyone is interested in this, because I did one for the PSP and I didn't really sell a lot of them, but I thought it's really cool to have something so custom like this, in my opinion. So the PS Vita has the SD card adapters, right, where you put your micro SD card in. Oh, looks like it's finished. And I created this adapter for the PS Vita. See if you guys can look at this. What I wanted to do was, with every purchase, I can add this to your console. Now it just has a bunch of like different text or words that relates to the homebrew scene, like obviously PS Vita 3.65, my name, proprietary is a stupid word for the PS Vita 1000 applications, Adrenaline, Game Boy Advance, Modoru, Enso. I forgot to put the word Enso in there. Firmware, FTP client, you know, I don't know, just a bunch of dumb stuff, I don't know. And then my stupid logo on the back. I thought it'd be kind of cool to do something custom. because we're already customizing our PS Vitas, you know. All right. So custom themes manager is outdated. I'm going to install this. Now, Mr. Cruz, the biggest thing I would say to avoid is anything to do with SD card cloning or SD card whatever. You don't want to download any utilities like this one, for example. The SD card cloning. Avoid any apps like that unless you are very familiar with how that works. Now, I'm assuming that you don't know how this stuff works, hence that you sent this to me, but don't use any type of cloning tools. Don't use any type of SD card tools or a check or whatever. Please don't. You don't want to mess with any of that stuff. It's not good. I'm currently having a problem with one of my PS Vitas because I was testing some stuff and it didn't work out the way I wanted it to. Now we're downloading the famous RetroFlow launcher. Perfect. Glad. Hey, can you make sure the Discord in this? Can you share the Discord? Yeah, I can. I'm going to make a new Discord so that way everyone's up to date with it. I want to buy that. Oh, you want to buy this PS Vita? That'd be kind of cool. How's that Steam Deck? Do you like it? I love the Steam Deck, man. It's just so much work. It is so much work. Like right now, I'm doing this process called scraping, whatever you want to call it. But what's awesome is that Emulation Station, if you're not familiar with that, it's all-in-one emulation manager, I would say. It has all of your emulators all in one, except for like the PS3. That's kind of a different beast in its own. It has a lot of different shortcuts. It works with RetroArch or RetroArch, however you want to call it. It has a lot of... Damn, it's so much that goes into Emulation Station, and I love it. The more options, the better. You can connect to retro achievements, so you can get achievements through these old games. And right now, this process, I didn't even explain it, but this process is basically going through and scanning my games, adding the metadata, the box art, wallpapers, custom arts, images, the game video, preview, reviews. All the information for this game is going to be added, and I will be discussing this in another video coming up this week. But having all of these emulators in one machine like this is crazy. The OLED screen on this thing is so... I can't even tell you like how crispy this is. I have not worked on the PS Vita emulator though, because I've had a lot of issues trying to get that going. A lot of the games that I install on it just doesn't work, and I feel like it's just not worth going through the trouble for the PS Vita on here. I will have to do some more work on it, but in the meantime, I have been working on a lot of the retro ones. Primarily more so on the PlayStation side because I'm a big PlayStation fan. That's just what I grew up with as a kid. Nothing to do with like disliking Xbox or anything like that. It's just more nostalgic to me because I've always had a PlayStation 1 and 2 and 3. But yeah, I'm going to stop this and I'll show you guys what I got going on. So right now I successfully scraped 105 games, but I'll touch on that a little bit later. But I just want to make sure that we are good to go here. I'm going to download better Homebrew browser, just all the different stores, so that way you have backups to anything. Like if VitaDB starts to act funny, you have other options to download your games. I'm also going to go ahead and download all of your themes for VitaDB downloader, so that way you don't have to. So these are things that you won't have to mess with. I will make sure that everything is downloaded accordingly. Everything is all set up, so you just have to go in there, make some changes to whatever you're feeling at the moment, and that's it. So that's what basically the service is. Me setting everything up on your console, making sure that PKGJ is set up, making sure Adrenaline is running, adding a couple games here and there from my personal collection and seeing how well it runs, but primarily just to give you something added to your console. That way you can have some fun, right? But you will have to get the majority of your games on your own. But I'll try to do my best to add some flair to it. Let's see here. I just figured out yesterday how to add any PC game on the Steam Deck for free. I got a video coming soon for it. Nice. Is it the OLED version? Yes, this is the OLED Steam Deck. I just built very small form factor PC. That software has resolved a large majority of my emulation issues. Nice. I've seen those little PC builds, and they're primarily for emulation, right? Like Dolphin, PS3, everything that you can imagine running at peak performance. The Steam Deck's popularity as of right now is insane. Yeah, it's pretty good. So here's what I got going on my Steam Deck. I have the Coin Ops theme on here. It's kind of hard to see. That's the PSP one. But here are all my emulators so far. Damn, this looks so bad. I don't know what the hell is up with this camera. Yo, the GameCube on this thing is crazy. The Wii games, don't even get me started. I still have yet to add some stuff to it, but this is what I've been talking about with scraping, or whatever you want to call it. So you see the artwork at the bottom, the video for it, the title, the wallpaper in the background. That's what you're downloading. When you install your games or have them copied over to your SD card, it doesn't really carry over. So the ROM or the game file you have does not contain these files. So what you have to do is get it through the emulation station or through the scraping process to get everything to look buttery like that. And if you don't get anything, it's gonna look boring like this and you won't see anything fun. And I do have another service on Etsy that actually sets up your Steam Deck SD card, so that way you can just plug and play and you'll have everything set up just like I do. And all you have to do is you basically plug in your micro SD card, do a couple things here and there, and you're up and running, and you can have all of these games ready to go. The process though takes a long time. There is a maximum of how many scans you can do per day. I believe it's 20,000, but every game is about 5 to 7 scans. So if you're doing like one night I did 356 and it stopped me. Some games won't have the video or the wallpapers available, just give you like a thumbnail and the information. So each one of those is a scan. So one game could have like 7-8 scans depending on how many wallpapers you download, how many videos, or whatever the case may be. But it does take, damn, I've been working on this since April. Like, is a lot of work. It is, It is extremely time consuming. I can't stress that enough. Like this one didn't get the title artwork, Guilty Gear. Marvel vs. Capcom got the title right, but there is no video on these. This is through Naomi. Here's Neo Geo. I haven't done Neo Geo at all. This is next on the list. Like, god damn, there's so many. It is insane how many games I have on here. But once you get it going, it looks beautiful. Look at that. And I have all the files. So once you get all the files, it's just a matter of like copy and paste. But again, it's a hell of a lot of work, man. Like, where am I sitting at with my where the hell am I sitting at with this thing as far as like my storage? I don't think I have a lot of storage left. Like, I have added, oh hey, I'm not sitting too bad. I have a 1 terabyte on here and I have 357 gigabytes left, so I'm pretty happy about that. I have a ton of damn games on here. And I still have 500 gigabytes of internal storage. I do still have a ton of games. Well, not a ton, but I do have quite a few games installed on here, like BioShock. But a lot of these can't really run well because of the small text. But I do have 22 games installed, including Skyrim, Fallout 3, Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas, Forest, Helldivers 2, Hypercharge Unboxed, Spyro, Crash, Risk of Rain 2, Ori, Shadow of Mordor, Tomb Raider, Valheim, and the list goes on. So that is awesome. And I have Call of Duty Black Ops. I can't seem to play that game. I'll have to like use a mouse and keyboard for that one. But again, this thing is insane. I absolutely love the Steam Deck. Like, it's the next thing. It's the next best thing. But I love the PS Vita. The PS Vita is such an awesome console. Love it, love it. I have 3 PS Vitas, 2 1000s and 1 2000 and a 2000 PSP. Nice, Narek, welcome to the stream. Jersey Jedi, ever play the last story for the Wii? I beat it on the Steam Deck. Nice. I started playing that Donkey Kong game on the Wii that I've never got to play. God bless my mom for trying, but we really never had the opportunity to play like Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. At the time, those games were going for a lot of money. At GameStop, they were still like 40-50 bucks pre-owned. We never had a chance to play a lot of the Wii games. We just kind of stuck with Rock Band, Guitar Hero, a couple of Wii games here and there, you know, some random stuff. But most part, we played a lot of GameCube on the Wii. So GameCube has an amazing library of games, and I do have quite a few on here already. I should keep going. Oh man, I need a Steam Deck also, Mr. Cruz says. Yeah, you do. The Steam Deck is sick. Yeah, you can play PS1, PS2 games, no problem. PS2 games look insanely well, especially when you scale up and start using the options to better improve your image quality on it. It's so nice. Jeez, Game Gear, I love that console. Sega, yeah. Once I figured out how to mod the Wii U, it was over. Absolutely. That's all you need. So I'm probably gonna download this stuff off stream because I can work on other things while I work on this. So these are just going to be wallpapers to the Vita DB. Because right now Vita DB doesn't have a theme, as you can see. It's kind of just blank. Where's that blue one to match this? Oh, I like this one. This is the lo-fi window. Oh, very beautiful. So we're going to install this theme here. Now we have a beautiful theme on Vita DB. So let's go back to our apps here. Hey, Mr. Cruz, I'm sorry, I didn't really have your consent to use your Vita on stream. So if you can confirm with me on the comment section, otherwise I will delete this video and stop the stream right now. Hey Seb, hello, welcome. There's Tema. I need to download Tema right now. Tema is such an awesome app. Appreciate you guys being here on the stream. I know it's a little late. Do you guys already play Warzone on Steam Deck? I don't play Warzone, unfortunately. I'm not interested in playing it. It make me get a ban on Warzone and on my Steam profile. Damn, that sucks. Yeah, that doesn't seem cool, in my opinion. Damn, that's kind of lame. We're gonna use Easy Plugin. Need a Homebrew browser. I have only 4 minutes playtime, one game with 0.4 KDA, but Linux on Steam Deck seems to have triggered the anti-cheat. Be careful, boys. Damn. We got wrecked. That's crazy. Get your ass banned. Get your ass. Get your ass banned now. Crack a cold one here, guys. Cheers. Damn, that's good. I'm sorry to hear that. It's terrible. All right, so I think I'm assuming you want a custom boot splash there, Mr. Cruz. Blinding the hell out of me there. Excellent. All right, so I will now install Adrenaline. Going to get Adrenaline set up on this PS Vita. Jesus is coming back. Hey, I have a question. How do I run Cannonball on the Vita? Because when I go to the app, it instantly kicks me out of the app and I downloaded it from the Vita downloader. Let's see, Cannonball, huh? Is that a game port, I'm assuming? That's version 1.05? So yeah, you will need the game data files for that. You can't, so with ports, majority of the time, I would say 80-90% of the time, you will need the original game files set up on the Vita. That way, let's see here. All right, cool. That way, you can run it on your PS Vita. Una pregunta. Brillas Portal. Alright, we're going to install PSP firmware 6.61 on the PS Vita on the memory card. And there it goes. Installing the PSP 6.61 firmware for Adrenaline on the PS Vita. Looks awesome. I love this process. It looks so cool. It looks like I'm in the Matrix or doing something really cool. And then we press X to boot the PSP XMB. And primarily you'll use Adrenaline to run your PS1 games on your PS Vita along with your PSP games. So this is the emulator that you want to use for the most part. And this is Tokyo. Where do you reside, sir? Oh, you're a Midwesterner. Wisconsin. I almost want to drive down there and hand it over to you. Sorry, I shouldn't say where you're from. My apologies. Okay, cool. It's running just fine. Perfect. Let's go, and we're going to change a couple things. Let's go back. I'm going to change the buttons here. Going to hide your MAC address. Cool. Did you see my question about the PSP 1000 shells? Sorry, I had to step away. Jesse Barr. Oh, what's the best PSP shell? So, it's very hard to really identify the best shells because there's so many of them. And there's brands out there that will, like, I know one of them is called Ostent or something like that. They have like their own shells. You're just gonna have to try to buy one off eBay or Alibaba. At this point, it doesn't matter. They're just, I don't know. I honestly don't know a manufacturer that has it like to the T. I know some of them get a little wonky with like setting up the shell. Sometimes the buttons don't press correctly, or because not everything will sit the way it will when it's factory built. When you do it yourself, there's always going to be some little thing you'll have to fix. I don't know. But for the most part, if you do everything correctly, it should work just fine. It's just a matter of you taking your time to actually do it. Or you can send it to me and I can do it. To match the blue and the black here. I think that's sick. Alright. PKGJ will not be set up because we don't have any plugins for that. We do, however, have to set up Tema. Tema is going to allow us to download some not so safe themes. Not for, what is it? Not safe for work themes, if you know what I mean. And there's also themes. What I like about Tema is that it actually downloads themes for Vita shell. So we're going to set that up right now, or I'm going to set up right now. So I'll have to go into Vita shell and get this folder created. Because this app won't work without it. Create a new folder. Name it to this here. And this folder is just meant to temporary keep the files in here. So that way the PS Vita will extract the files, it will download the files, extract it, and then install it to the proper location for whatever theme you're looking at. And I just want to make sure that this is working. Vita shell. I'm going to install several themes just to make sure everything is doing its thing. Breas Porto. ¿Alguien tiene un save de Def Jam Fight from my PS2? Con todos los personajes. I don't think so. Vam shit. Hey, do you know how to port Android games to Vita? Yes, I do. I have a lot of tutorials on how to do that. MKE, he says. MKE. Not sure what that means. Let's see here. So you can go through this application and download and install these themes, no problem. You just have to make sure that you read everything. Mr. Cruz. I will download the Hacking Blue Dragon or Hacking Blue Vita shell theme and get it installed here. All right, so the theme has installed. If you don't create that folder in Vita shell, it won't download anything and it will give you an error. Now we have that theme. That's pretty sick. That's awesome. Damn, that's actually a good looking theme. Oh, okay, cool. So we can change it. There's the one of the default themes that comes with Vita shell. Let's see, we can change. that's working. We're now going to install the live area theme. I'm not sure if you're into anime or whatever the case may be, but you can go through all these different themes. There's hundreds of themes. I'm going to install the PS Vita prototype version. Oh, I can do this one. This looks kind of cool. We're going to install this as a live area theme as unique. Interesting. So we might have to restart this, but we might as well install some plugins while we're at it here. I didn't find any tutorials of porting Android games. I want Doctor Driving Game for PS Vita. Do it if you can. Thanks. Absolutely, I can try doing that one. Could you make a video on Cannonball how to run it on the Vita? I remember playing the game when I was younger. It was a whole steering wheel and everything, and it would be pretty cool if I could play again on the Vita. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Getting some plugins installed. right, sweet. I'll have to update PKGJ here before we proceed. Gotta make sure this one works as well. And those licenses get generated for that. Yep, it's outdated. I think I'm version 0.55 and this is 0.57. So we'll update that. All right, cool. No DRM not found. Games cannot be installed or played. No NPDRM. Okay. I'll have to double check that. coming along pretty good here. All right, let's see what we got. All right, so that's fixed. Perfect. Oh, damn. Working on a customer's PS Vita. And right now we are doing pretty good on the installation process, but I'm getting down to 32% on the Vita, so I'll have to get this thing charged and get some stuff going. I have PKGJ installed right now to see how well it will download and install, and if it does create those licenses, which we need to be at. So yeah, working on that, and I'm going to clean up this person's fuck. I'm gonna create a do not use folder, so stuff you shouldn't have to really mess with. All right, so we installed Spelunky from PKGJ. It's a small game. It's about 108 megabytes. And I believe it does support trophies. And I want to make sure everything is running successfully and installed on the SD card. I have not encountered any issues as of yet, just that I forgot to install a couple more plugins for no npdrm plugin to work properly. So far so good. I have Spelunky running here. Oh gosh, sorry. Just showed that this dude's yeah, he's gonna have to set up his two-step verification. But looks like Spelunky is working. We just downloaded that. It's an awesome game. This game it's a side scroller, but the graphics look crazy. So we'll just do a daily challenge. Actually, no, we can't. need to get locked on the server. And you're just going to collect gems and stuff. I'll also download some other homebrews and continue to just work on it this weekend and get it shipped by Monday. So that's the goal. So if you are interested, anyone is interested in picking up or doing a service like this, I do provide that through my Etsy store. And I'll link that again here for anyone who is interested in that. So there you go. And now I'm going to work on a video to get it ready for Monday. So I have a lot of work to do tonight. And while I work on editing videos, I'm going to continue to work on the PS Vita on the side here, making sure everything is, downloading. And so yeah, Spelunky's working just fine, and I believe that we are looking pretty good as far as like, damn, this game looks good. It's like running 60 frames. I can't seem to get the overclock plugin working. I wonder if that did download. Sometimes it gets kind of finicky and it doesn't download, so I'll have to try again. Overclock plugin is so required. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, I hate this search. Yeah, I'll have to restart this. I'm much more of an auto plugins 2 kind of guy, but here, let's double check. It says it's already been installed. Strange. Spelunky's pretty old too. Definitely withstood the test of time. Yeah, it has. It's such an awesome game. Perfect. Should go back on my Vita or my Steam Deck and finish what I started. I use LOL icon still, even though they say use PSV show. That's good. I think anything that suits you, you should just go with it, Ah, it's working. Awesome. I was getting worried about that. So there's that plugin. So it's working. Cool. I thought I installed it. I was like, I'm pretty sure I installed that damn thing. Now the last one I want to install is what is that plugin for? install one more Homebrew. Start cleaning up his Vita. I'm not sure if he's going to want this, but I will just kind of do that for the meantime. So I know that I have completely got everything that I needed to install for this customer of mine. And we're looking pretty good. Hello, what kind of mods are you working on? I'm working on everything. So this customer purchased this service off of Etsy, and I'm working to get all the quality of life plugins, applications, and making sure that everything is running the way it should be. So that way when the customer receives this Vita, that they don't have to do much to it, but just to have fun and play games. But if there's new releases for like ports and stuff like that, they would be on their own to kind of get that set up themselves. I don't think this has it, man. Ugh. Yeah, it does not have that plugin. It's such a damn shame. Anywho, I'm going to get RetroFlow Launcher set up. That's the next thing I want to make sure that it's working, and that it downloads artwork and things like that for all this stuff. And it looks like it's already there. Shit. All right, so we got the uploaded. Auto plugging kind of works, but I get why people say not to use it. Yeah, there's a lot of developers. I even had some developers reach out to me personally saying, "Hey, you shouldn't be recommending that app. Uh, it causes too many issues." Now, for me personally, I've been using it for years, and I've never come across problems with it. Um, I don't know. I think it's just a matter of like the user who who knows, this, the person might not be doing the best to really use that app. I don't know. um, I have no idea what to tell you there, but a hot take: I've ran into more bugs using Vita deploy than any other custom firmware or firmware. So what is the problems that you had with Vita deploy, if you don't mind me asking? Like, what kind of bugs are we talking about? Looks like custom themes manager is working. Very nice. I do have a corrupt theme here from Tema, and I believe I should have set it not as a unique. Yeah, which is fine. We'll reinstall it. Not a big fan of this theme, actually. This looks terrible. So right now I'm having issues with uninstalling a custom theme. Counting custom themes currently, which is fine. We'll just not mess with that. Damn it, why did I press triangle? I wish I made a list. Uh just from the top of your head, like it kept crashing, errors, it didn't install the firmware. I don't know. Well, I used Henlo. I used Vita deploy to basically get everything up and running on this Vita. And it's been smooth sailing. I've been working on it for the last 2 hours with no issues. It hasn't taken me 2 hours. It probably would have taken me an hour in total to do everything that I need to do. Right now, I'm just running tests, making sure all this stuff is working accordingly. Um, and I have the SD2 Vita adapter installed, the SD card all set up, which is awesome. And then I'll begin to download all sorts of stuff for this person. It's probably not Vita deploy itself, but maybe Yamped or Henlo. I know Yamped can cause some issues if you don't follow the steps correctly. Um, Yamped can cause some serious problems. If you install the full package, it can get extremely confusing. And I recommend anyone who's using Yamped to use the light version, which is just a basic, simple, hey, this is my SD to Vita, this is my so and so. It gets a little bit tedious and confusing with Yamped, because with the full package installation, there's so many things that you can do with your SD card. There's debug mode. There's all sorts of weird stuff I probably wouldn't mess with. So yeah, it gets kind of crazy. I wish it's, let's see, crashing while in suspend mode was an issue. Suspend. I'm not sure what you mean by suspend. We're probably not gonna cancel that. We're just not gonna do that one. I'm gonna go with one of my favorite themes here. The famous JDM White theme. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. I just redid my Vita with Yamped full. There's nothing wrong with doing full. Um, it just causes a lot of confusion. Let me reiterate. There's nothing wrong with that, but you will get confused if you're trying to set up your SD card, because there's so many different options. Let me see if I do have the full. Yeah, so I have the simple version on my on my um, on my 1000. I have to charge my 2000. I have to fix that damn thing. But anywho, doing the full version will grant you a lot of options. If you don't select the correct options, you might screw up your Vita where it won't even boot up. You know, that was some of the stuff that I dealt with, unfortunately. But yeah, always go back to looking at the guides online. There's a Vita guide that talks about Yamped, and there's pretty straightforward on what one must do to get that all situated or set up on your console. But yeah, for the most part, that is what I got going on for you. Now we can switch the cameras here. Let's see if I can change this real quick. Let's see here if I can have that option to kind of get you guys. I'm going to be right back. I'm just going to set this up. That's probably not going to work. I'm not sure why this isn't working. Yeah, I just screwed that all up. Yeah, I'm not even gonna mess with that. I'm just gonna leave it like that and be done with it. Getting tired though, guys. Oof. So now the next thing I need to work on, the next few things I need to work on is getting, making sure that PKGJ does indeed download and install PS1 games along with PSP games through Adrenaline. Once we got that set up, I get a few games going. I will start copying some stuff off of my computer to the PS Vita and see how that works for the most part. That's going to take a long time because it's quite a few files that I'll be transferring over. Um, but for the most part, the PS Vita is coming along just fine here. And I'm pretty stoked about the process so far. How well the PS Vita has just kind of come along in its whole process. I'm downloading the PS1 game of Bloody Roar, and it's gonna take some time. I should have downloaded a smaller game, but screw it. We're gonna launch it on Adrenaline to make sure it is working with the firmware 6.61, and I also have to get a couple of other apps downloaded and installed just to make sure that this person does have the option to use that if they want to use auto plugins too. That's another hot application that a lot of people don't like to use, especially developers. But a lot of end users, will use it because it's just so simplified, easy, straightforward, has updates. You can even add plugins for the PSP, which is awesome. And if the user, my customer, wants to use that, they have the right to use that application, right? So, anyways, hey Ray, how's it going? Or hey Gamer Stan, what's up? Man of Fury, hey, how you doing? Welcome to the stream, bro. I followed your tutorial for PS2 Emu Deck install and it messed up all my emulators. Every time I try and do Emu Deck, it doesn't let me for some reason. I had to factory reset my Steam Deck. Damn. Hmm. So that is very strange. Every time I try and do Emu Deck, it doesn't let me for some reason. I had to factory reset my Steam Deck. Interesting. Um, it messed up all of your emulators. What does that mean when you say messed up all of my emulators? Because technically it shouldn't. If you follow everything through Emu Deck, like it's pretty straightforward on what you need to do, or what you want to install on your Steam Deck. So, I mean, I'd be more than happy to look at it if you want, but you know, it's up to you if you want to do that. Um, yep. We're just waiting on Bloody Roar 2 here, or Bloody Roar for the PS1. and it should install in the correct folder. And I'm assuming it is installing in the correct folder because the storage at the bottom here keeps reducing. It was at 476 and now it's at 475.79, and it continues to go down. And this is the correct path because that's our SD card, right? The 512 gigabyte card. So we are looking pretty nice. All the games should install on the SD card, the UXO folder. PS Vita, PSP, PS1 games all installed on that SD card. That should be plenty of space to get some of your favorite titles. Obviously, you can't get the whole library, but you can get quite a few games on there, no problem. So it looks like this one finished perfect. Let's move on to PSP games and see what we can download. I apologize for the way it looks. It's a little harsh on the camera here. I don't know if zooming in would help, but maybe turning this damn light off. I don't know. Possibly lowering the brightness can also help. I don't know if that will make it look a bit nicer, I guess. I don't know. But let's take a look at a PSP game that we can install. It won't be nothing too crazy, but there we go. Let's do Bejeweled 2 since this one's 56 megabytes. So Bloody Roar is still going. It's at 99%. All right, so let's see what you got for me here. Excuse me. Man of Fear says, thanks, bro. Amazing video of the latest custom themes on PSP camera test. Also, yeah, thank you for watching. So I had RetroArch installed with Zemu, and when I went to play Zemu, it wouldn't launch anymore. Interesting. So did you install these emulators before you went through EmuDeck? Because you typically want to do EmuDeck first. You want to install that first, and then because it will kind of from my understanding, it would like overwrite those files, maybe creating some kind of, and that's why you need to have an SD card, because if you install it on your internal storage, then you're really in trouble, because then you'll have to like what you did, reformat your system. But anyways, let's continue on reading. Can I send it to you and maybe you can see if you can do it for me, Ray? Did an awesome job. You did an awesome job on my SD2 Vita. Oh, yeah. So you sent me that red one, didn't you? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I can definitely work on it. I do provide services for that. My costs are up there a little bit, but I can definitely look at it and get you squared away, and like I'm doing right now. Oh, there was an error. Damn, that sucks. Okay. Did it do Bloody Roar? No, it did not. Okay. Something happened during the final stages of that installation, but we'll take a look and see what we got here. We probably got a corrupt image, which which is no big deal. We could just delete it and reinstall it. So JP Production says, yo, so I can't get any custom themes working on Adrenaline. It seems like only certain ones work. Any fixes? It could possibly be the firmware, like the custom firmware that's on here. It's, it's the Adrenaline version. You, I honestly have not tried to install. I did install Arc on here through Adrenaline, and it works great. You can possibly update your custom firmware because right now, whoa, what the hell happened here? Oh, I restarted it. I pressed the wrong button. Let me answer that question real quick. So let's see, system settings. Let me make sure. Okay. Yeah, so it's on Adrenaline -7. I have not actually tried to install a different custom firmware other than Arc through Adrenaline. So it could possibly be that you might need to change your firmware because there are some custom themes that only work for certain versions, unfortunately, because they were made specifically for that version or during the time that was the only version out when it was created. But there is an application. There is an application for your PC that you can convert these themes to better fit the more updated version of your PSP firmwares. So that could possibly be what you need to do in order for it to properly read on your PS Vita. I do have a guide on that too, on how to change your themes back and forth to the version that you need it to be on. Like 6.61 is the latest and greatest. Let me go back here and make sure that we're on the same page. Gamerstan says, yeah, I followed your tutorial to the T. When I went into the primary SD storage, it was showing the BIOS folder for me to put the PS2 BIOS and Xbox BIOS. Okay. Man of Fear says, I kind of fixed GPU crash twice on the Vita Fat and Vita Slim. Vita is definitely not for amateurs. Yeah, there's so many things that can go wrong when you're installing this stuff. Yeah, I installed them before Emu Deck. Okay, yeah, I think that's what I did. I do have an SD card. Mine was the white Vita. Oh, okay, cool. Do you install the Nintendo Switch emulators? I can get them installed, but I'm not going to get you any games on there. Nintendo Switch is kind of a very rocky slope. I don't want to mess with at all. So I can get it set up for you, but you're gonna have to figure out the games on your own because I have it set up on mine. It's just a matter of like backing up my games and then getting it over to the Steam Deck, which I'm in the works of. I got the emulator working. I got the BIOS and everything all set up. But now it's just a matter of actually testing out the emulator with an actual game, which I have not done yet. But I have everything else working just fine. All the arcade systems, for the most part, PS3, PS2, PS1, PSP, everything that it should be. Have not done Xbox yet. That's one that's also still in the works. That's also a guide that I'm working on, but I just haven't had the damn time to do it. So there is Bejeweled. That was downloaded off of PKGJ. So let's run this game to make sure that it is actually working. So yeah, it looks like it's working just fine. So it's installed in the correct path. It's on the SD card. We're good to go. Damn, that's so cool. I love this. I love doing this stuff. All right. So I will have to check the folder for that game and see what happened. And this is the worst part about this process is that when you do this, you have to go in PSP EMU folder. These games don't really have sort of a name to them. You know, it gets kind of annoying. I'm pretty sure it's this one here, the 1.65. Let me confirm that with PKGJ, because it was Bloody Roar for the PS1. Bejeweled was like 50 megabytes, right? It's Bloody Roar. Where's this? Oh, these are PS Vita games. Let's go to PSP games. Let's see, Bejeweled is 56 megabytes. Let's go to PS1 and Bloody Roar. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this one. 94199. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this one. I'm just going to delete it. Yeah, Nintendo are a bunch of, I don't want to say it, but they're a bunch of fucking sissies. Christian says F. I don't know what that means. Jen, thank you. I'll have to take a look. Thanks. You're welcome. Yeah, I have the same issue too. There's just some stuff that doesn't want to work out for me for some reason. I'm going to download a smaller game like Arc Arena. This one is 74 megabytes. Now the problem with like these PSP and PS1 games is that you have to keep the screen on. You have to have stable connection. Don't allow your Vita to sleep, because if you do, it will stop the process of downloading, error out, waste space, and you'll have to re-download it. So you just have to meet this application halfway there, and it'll get you the games that you want as far as PSP and PS1 games go. But PS Vita games, you can just select which one you want, and it will start downloading off the live area, which is nice. I'll probably leave this overnight to get some sweet games going and have some fun. But yeah, Gamer Stan, if you have the, let's see, if you do have the, if you're interested, I do have this service for you. I got the wrong price on there. Yeah, no, got the wrong damn price on there. There we go. How large is your SD card, if you don't mind me asking? So what I do with the Steam Deck stuff is I will. Oh, I gotta not let this go to sleep. Did it download? Okay, perfect. I will get all the emulators set up with all the correct files that you need. I will also get the library going for you. Get all the artwork, and basically just have everything set up for you. So all you have to do is plug and play. We'll review a couple things that you need to be familiar with, and you'll be up and running in no time, and you can start playing all of your games, and you'll be all set. So let's check it out. Oh, I deleted Bejeweled. So that was Bejeweled that we deleted. That wasn't Bloody Roar. Interesting. So we'll have to go back and install that. So it's working. PS1 is working on the PS Vita. How awesome is that? And the collection is insane. I got a friend that made an SD Batocera 1 terabyte image that on Arcade Punks that you can put in your Steam Deck. Nice. My SD card is 512. Okay, cool. Nice. Well, like I said, if you're interested, I do have those services. If you want to do that, um, how much storage can I have on SD2 Vita without glitches? So without glitches, you want to make sure you have a Samsung or a SanDisk to avoid problems. You can have up to 2 terabytes if you want. I mean, that's very expensive. I probably would never do that. But you won't have any issues trying to load up your games because unlike the PSP where it loads and it tries to load everything up, the PS Vita does a great job on having everything set up, and it has your bubbles and stuff and only awakens it when it needs it. You know what I mean? Like I feel like with the PSP it's just so different. This is working just fine. I don't know if that makes any sense. I hope that makes sense. Awesome. Okay, so we are good to go here. Now I'm going to plug this in to see what kind of files I got going on with with what I need to copy over. I'll do one test to make sure that it is working. My USB is connected. All right, let's see here. I don't see this guy. Might be this cable I have actually. Always, Liz. If you go to Arcade Punks, there we go. Yeah, that was this cable. I think this is not a data cable. This is like some kind of just random cable I have. You can get that for your Steam Deck and it's free. You just have to write or flash it on an SD card. Oh, okay, cool. Very nice. Let's check it out. Let's see here. Okay, so here we go. We got Steam Deck Ultimate. So 1 terabyte and 256 Steam Deck build. Boo Boo Man's Boo Boo. OLED and non OLED. Version 3.9. V39. That's pretty cool. Very nice. All right, so let's go back to the Vita here. And I have to open up my backup here. All right, cool. So I'm going to check something real quick before I move further. God, I'm getting really tired. Okay, sweet. So we can do that. Okay, awesome. All right, cool. Let's see here. Let's see. Any way to add PSP games to the live area with custom images? Yes, there is an app that allows you to do that. No problem. Yo, Robles, when's the live giveaway gonna start? That will start in mid-June. So in a few weeks here, we'll do it on a Friday night and reveal the winner. Did you get a PS Portal? I did not. Gamer Science says, I think since I factory shut my Steam Deck, I'm gonna give Emo Deck one more try before I install RetroArch again. Yeah, I'd really recommend it, especially with Emulation Station. It's the best one, man. Like I've tried RetroArch, it's cool, but there's nothing compared to Emulation Station. I love it. It's my opinion the best. But Emulation Station is not an emulator per se. RetroArch kind of is. It's like a multi emulator deal. But Emulation Station is, if you're only working off of RetroArch, that's fine. But Emulation Station makes it just more easier to go through the games and stuff, in my opinion. I'm getting fucking hot in here, dude. I have to turn on the AC. Jesus. These fucking lights on. Damn, it's hot in here. Holy. Oof. Well, guys, I've been streaming for 3 hours straight, and I think I'm gonna call it because it's getting kind of late, and there's still quite a few things I need to work on. And I think for the remaining of my progress here is just more of copying files from the computer, which is going to take a lot of time. Just completing this one app took like 5 minutes because there's a lot of files and stuff that I have to make sure that gets copied over. But I want to thank you all for being a part of the stream. Thank you for just commenting, for liking, and just being a part of this means a lot to me. Please be on the lookout for some more videos coming soon. I'll try to live stream a lot more and be a part of the streaming algorithm here on YouTube. But yeah, I want to again thank Mr. Cruz for sending his PS Vita, so it will be shown in this to be shown in this stream and having an awesome time with it. So hey, thank you, Pinky. Have a good night. Thanks, Gamer Stan, everyone for being a part of this. JP Productions, Jin, Man and Fury, Sin, Bullet 813, Jesus is coming back, Mr. Cruz, Vamshit, Brella's Portal, Seb, Jersey Jedi, Johnny P, Narek, Big Sore, big guy here coming in with the comments. Thank you so much. Jesse Barr, I want more cash, Ty, Mod 51. I want more cash. Big Sore again. VC, BT Prime 99. Everyone that has been a part of this, thank you so much. Have a good night, bro. Thanks for everything you do. Letting us hang out with you. God bless you and your family. You too, brother. Thank you so much for everything. You guys are the best. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.